How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 for all platforms called Wernolau Farm. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Wernolau Farm, based on a real-life farm in Wales, 4 miles from Carmarthen, with beautiful scenery and undulating fields. In this map, you will find 103 fields, small, medium, large, custom models built for the map, 4 sell points, 4 farms, 2 cow farms, 1 sheep farm, 1 horse farm, and 1 pig farm. Average enjoyer UK number plates, Lancy Boy custom models. A few models can be removed. Good size area to add or customize the main farm." This is a European map created by MS Modding and is 836.53 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, and they are the Calf Barn by MS Modding and the Grain Shed Packs by Lancy Boy. If we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out by owning farmlands number 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is a field with no product in it. 2 is a barley field that has been harvested. 3 is your main farm plus a wheat field that is ready to harvest. And 4 is a cow pasture plus grass field that is ready to harvest. You cannot purchase all areas on the map, and the field prices do vary, but for the most part, it's relatively decent pricing for the size of the fields that you're getting. So we look up here in the northeast corner here, 37,000 for this one. We got 61,000 for this, 76 for that one, a little bit bigger at 254, 222, 238, 132, 221. We got 280, 314. Going to smaller to 117, even smaller still at 52,000, 72,000, 59,000, and so on and so forth. So you can see there's a pretty good introductory ones, but you will kind of struggle because your fields are equally as small. This one here is less than an acre. You got this one here is less than 2 acres. And then this one, including your main farm here, is almost 11 acres, but you can see maybe about another 2 acres worth of field that you got here, plus your cow pasture up in the north. So you're going to take a while before you actually start building up the funds necessary to be able to do much. And if we go here, we do start out with a bunch of animal pens. Contracts are available on this map. We do start out by owning the biogas plant, but there are no other production points to purchase on this map. And if we take a look at the collectibles, there are collectibles on this map, 25 of them to be precise. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting under the buy menu, there's no mods and DLCs tab here, so there's no mods specific to this map here. And then if we go into the build menu, starting out under buildings and sheds, there's nothing under the sheds menu. Going over to silos though, we scroll all the way down, you will see that here we have the Wernolau Farm mod. That is a mod specific to this map, as well as right here as well, here as well. So we do get a few that are here under this particular tab. But then under silo extensions, there is nothing under constructibles, containers, tools, or farmhouses. There's absolutely nothing under the productions tab whatsoever here. But under animals, that's where things kind of change. So we do have here under cows, a mod specific to this map. For horses, here as well. Whoops. Right there. Under pigs, same thing right here. And for sheep, right there. Nothing for chickens, bees, or others. There's absolutely nothing under decorations, nor is there anything here under landscaping. So we do start here at the starting farm, so let's take a look at some of our starting equipment. We go back to this menu here and go under vehicles. We start out with the AGCO 1500 weight, the AGCO 2300 weight, the Agrimaz Aquila Drive 400 seeder. We got the Amazon ZATS 3200 fertilizer spreader. We got the Claas Conveo Flex 1080, wow, grain header. We got the Claas AVN 450 harvester, the FarmTech Super CC 800 slurry and digestate spreader. We got the John Deere 6R 145 tractor, the K-brand GMD 3123F mower, that's the front deck mower, the K-brand GMD 8730FF rear deck mower, the K-brand ProLander 7500 cultivator, the K-brand SB 1290ID square baler. We got the Crampy half pipe HP 20 trailer, the Magsy bale fork, the Magsy universal bucket, the Merlot multi-farmer 44.9 telehandler, Massey Ferguson 9S 425, as well as the Nardi N6035 header trailer, the Samaz Z2 840H windrower, and the Skoda Kodiaq RS car. And that's everything for your starting equipment. So let's go ahead and take a look around the starting farm. Directly behind me, you can see we have a sleep trigger right here, wardrobe trigger right there. Down here at the bottom of this ramp, if we open this gate, off to my left, you can see we have a pig pasture right here with room for 36 pigs. And it's pretty cool. So I think that's kind of cool how it's built in here. Slurry is out there, and we've got our feed and water point right over there. Now, coming up over here, gonna hop over the fence right here. We have a cow barn right here with room for 80 cows. Our feed goes in right there. We got our entry point for our cows here. Milk goes here. Now, the thing is that I thought was kind of weird is that you can see that there's straw, manure, and slurry. Those are all things that can either go in or come out from this particular barn. The problem is I don't know where to put in or take out where to take out the slurry and manure. I have no clue. I've looked around this whole barn, this kind of immediate area, and I'm just not seeing anything back here that would indicate this is the slurry point or this is the manure point. So it's kind of up in the air as to where those things can be gotten from. Let's see, over here we have a bunker silo right here. We have another cow barn right here. Let's open this gate here. Oh, let me go. Room for 150 cows. Slurry can come out there. Feed right here. Can load our cows in right here. And milk can be gotten right there. Bale and pallet storage right here. Fuel tank right here. Quite a bit of storage available on this map. And I believe this is more like grain storage that's right here. Silo right here. And that's pretty much it here at our starting farm. So let's hop into the car and head on out. Well, technically not head on out just yet. We have one more site to see on the farm, but it's just down the road, right here in front of me, as a matter of fact. So right here, we stop. We have a cow pasture right here with room for 150 cows. Feed here and water behind it over there. So now, come up to the road. You know, I better just stop and adjust my cruise. For some reason I can't adjust and steer at the same time. Ah, holy smokes. Drifting. Okay, so now we'll slow way down because it's a pretty narrow roadway on this map, and it's really twisty turny at a lot of places. So this is not going to be one of those maps where you're going to be able to go flying through and get from place to place without crashing into a bunch of stuff if you're trying to do it. But coming up here on the right up here is going to be entrance to farm number 2. So we'll pull in and head down the driveway right here. Right about here will be a good stopping point. Take a look at the map one more time. We go back here is where we started. We went around the entirety of the farm, saw everything there. We came out to about here where we saw the cow pasture, came up this road out to about here. Farmland number 16 can be purchased for $180,504. We'll go ahead and do so, and we get, well, we saw a trigger that was available already. So we had a sheep pasture that was available to us over here for some reason. And then we have now another one available to us. So there is a bunker silo right here. Make your chaff. Or make your silage. That's the word I'm looking for. Now here we have a sheep barn with room for 50 sheep. Food can go in here, but similar to the last cow barn, I don't know where this wool spawns here. I'm completely at a loss as to where these things are, or if they just kind of pop up and there's no markers for them to pop up. We're going to open this gate here because here we have a sheep pasture with room for 100 sheep. We have our spawn point for the wool for the pasture is right here. And then coming down here, we have our feed and water point right there. So now, head back out. As you can see, the rest of the farms are kind of similar to this. They're very nice and highly detailed, but there's only like animals for the most part that are of any interest at any of them. So let's continue backtracking. Heading down this road. Again, very narrow roadway here. Very kind of standard. Well, you know, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if it's standard roadways or anything like that, but you know, certainly roadways that are pretty well seen, especially through like television and stuff like that. But who knows? Over here we have the Wernolau exports sell point. And over here we have the dairy sell point right there. Now continuing out towards the west, we just keep on heading out here. You can see way off in the distance are our points of interest. Alright, coming up here, we'll come to a stop. Shop trigger is right here. And tucked away inside here, open up this door. Repair trigger right here. Turning in here, to my left, that is the Wernolau Bulk Merchants sell point. We have our biogas plant off to my right. Here we have the digestate output right there. Liquid input is next right there. And solid input right there, as well as the trigger for the biogas plant. All seems very standard inputs and outputs, so nothing that seems too much of a out of left field for me. Now, over here, you can see that is the Wernolau grains sell point, tucked away inside right there. Now, I normally don't do this for my tours, but I am going to kind of cut through this little skirting here around this field because otherwise I have to backtrack a really, really long way just to then come back and kind of double back over myself down here in the southern half of the map as well. But rather I can just come around this field and down this 2-track, and it takes me exactly where I need to go down here in the southern half of the map, rather than, like I said, going kind of back and forth kind of thing. So just made sense to me. So over here, bunker silo right here. Now the problem with this bunker silo is if you take a look at the map, oh no wait, we do own this, never mind. Ignore that last bit. We'll stop the car right here, and back here through this gate you'll see we have the animal dealer. You can come to this location and purchase your animals using this icon right here or any of the other icons, similar one to this, around any of your pens and pastures, and you can use it directly. If you use it directly, though, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealer is taking the animals from this location, delivering them across the map wherever you have your pens and pastures placed. Now, to kind of give you a little frame of reference, for an adult cow, it will cost you, there we go, it'll cost you an extra $100 per adult cow. You can see down in their bottom right hand corner, the fee is $100 per cow, and the price of a base cow is $1,175. So that adds up every single time they need to deliver a cow. So if we were to buy the 80 cows, we'd have to spend an extra $8,000 for a grand total of $102,000. So that adds up pretty quickly depending on how many animals you're going to get. Now, if you want to save that money, you can come to this location with an animal trailer, park it in this roughly immediate area, and then you can load your animals into that animal trailer. Rather than being able to have them deliver the animals to your pens and pastures, it just loads it into the trailer. And then you'll save that money. You deliver the animals yourself and you're good to go. So just up here, come to a stop, open the gate. A little too close to the gate. And now, whoops, we'll follow this out towards the west. Continuing out in this direction, you'll start to see our next point of interest coming up here. It'll be on the left. Almost directly to my left now, and you can see the driveway approaching here now on the left. So we'll slow it down, we'll pull in. Whoops, forgot there was a gate here. Heading down the road, and tucked away back here, we'll stop at farm number 3. So we were up here at farm number 2. We backtracked all the way out to here where we saw the Wernolau exports as well as the dairy sell points. Then doubled back over to this direction where we saw the sell trigger and shop trigger, repair trigger over here. We then saw the Wernolau bulk merchants sell point, the biogas plant, as well as the Wernolau grain sell point. We then came down and we kind of skirted around these fields right here until we got down to the animal dealer, and then we tucked around over to this area here, went up to farmland number 60 for $133,752. You can purchase this plot, and we'll do so, and now we've got it. But you already had access to the animals, and the only other thing that we have here is the sell point over there. But horse pastures right here, room for 5 horses. Water and feed go right there. And then, tucked away over here, we have the Wernolau livery sell point. So now, gonna head back out to the road and check, easy, and check out our last points of interest. So now off in this direction. We continue to carry through the sweeping terrain here. You can start to see it coming up on the right hand side. Come down the driveway. All the way back here. We have our last farm. This is going to be farm number 4. Now, we were just here at the horse farm. We came back out and drove down to farmland number 47 for $316,224. You can purchase this one, and we will. And you can see a second cow barn does pop up. So you do have access to this barn here, but then buying it gives you the access to the second barn. So tucked away down here is the first cow barn with room for 150 cows. We have our slurry that can be gotten out here, our Feed goes here. Milk right off here to the side. And I believe this is the manure plate right here. So be able to get manure out of there. And then over here, we have a calf barn. So if we come up over here, open this gate. Slurry can be gotten out here. We've got our input point for our animals here. Feed here. And milk on this side over here. And that's it. That is everything here on Wernolau Farms. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I really like this one. I really think that this is really a really good map. It needs a few touch-ups. Just a few things. But nothing that's going to be like breaking the bank. I don't think there's anything really that's going to be so far in a repair that it's going to require a new save game. Now, don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong, but nothing I've come across in my tour here really kind of stood out as being like, okay, we've got to make a major shift. Now, there could be something I missed or something I'm not aware of. If that's the case, then, like I said, could be completely wrong, but just based on what I've seen. But a couple of things that I would have loved to have seen for this map is over here at the animal dealer, there's no animals. So because of the road being so narrow, the map maker has opted for there to be no traffic splines, at least as much as I could tell. And with that being the case, maps like this feel very empty, like there's not a lot going on them. And it's because there's really is nothing going on them. There's no traffic splines, there's no like pedestrian splines, or much of anything that's kind of going on for the most part. But what was kind of a big bummer for me personally is the animal dealer right here. There's no live animals that are kind of floating around in here kind of doing their thing, which isn't the end of the world or nothing, but again, it's another opportunity that the map maker could have taken to really kind of punch up the map and make it, again, just feel more alive. But other than that, I really think they did a fantastic job on this map. And what would I give this map? 0 to 5 scale? I'd give this every bit of a 4.5. I think the color palette is absolutely fantastic. It's really toned down, so you're getting that kind of realistic kind of vibe to it. The undulations are incredible. The terrain on this map is amazing. It's gorgeous everywhere you look. And the roadways being kind of lined by the bushes and the kind of shrubbery here, the tree column that you get going on. Oh, I love it. I really think this is really good. And if the map maker were to kind of quote unquote address those things that I pointed out there, I think that this could be a solid 5 out of 5 without a shadow of a doubt. I think this is a beautiful map and a great example for the kind of region that this represents there in Wales. I think this is beautiful. But that's that's how I feel about it. I hope you enjoyed this map tour, and if you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're enjoying this channel, enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.